others can join. Hopefully, if you can join, you know, I just yeah. Okay, let me see. All right. I don't know if you can. Okay, maybe you should wait a bit. Okay, I think I can start now. While we are waiting for them, just let me know if you can see my slide. Just drop in the chat. Let me know if you can see my slide. All right, thank you. Um, yeah, let's see. They could join. Okay, before they join, if you don't mind, if you want, yeah, I know you guys have introduced yourself on the other channel. Let me see if I can get your name. Yeah, but if you don't mind, if you just introduce yourself and then let's see if it will help. Just your name. Yeah, good evening, Atanda. Yeah, just your name and what you do. If you do anything, just your name or what you do, and then so that we can. I think it's part of the idea because I need to understand who. I would like to address everybody with their name, and then also why I'm asking what do people do is not even if you don't do anything. It's okay for me because I just want to make sure that we all I want to bring something that is relatable to most of most of people on the call. Just introduce yourself. Good evening. Yeah. Just what to do. I know you guys have done that before, but because we're having three people here, just need to do something and do it well. I'm a trader. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Good. Because generally, what people don't understand. Thank you, Anu. What people don't understand is that whatsoever you are doing presently is actually practically a business analyst, creative and fashion designer. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. One of my classes, I have a fashion designer also. What's her name now? Is it Chidima or something? But what people need to understand is that everything you do presently now is what you've been is a business analyst. Okay, that's just the good thing about it, right? It's a business analyst. Whatever you are doing now is a business analyst. As a trader, what you do is that you connect people, you buy goods, right? You buy goods and you sell. What it means is that when you buy, before you buy, you understand what people need. You don't just buy. Let's assume you are selling plank, all right? And then you're selling plank in yeah, maybe what's it called now? Where they sell plank, right? But the environment does not does not help or does not aid selling of your plant. That's a mismatch. Some people can sell provision, but the idea is that why are you doing this? Why are you doing the business or why are you trading? I think that's the main idea. And then you need to understand the business, and then you need to understand your customer, and then you need to understand when they need it. You need to try and understand when they want to get the what's it called now, the whatsoever you are selling or you are trading, get over to your customer. And even if you are trading forex and all of that, you understand the market. All right, you understand the market, you know when to trade, you know when the market starts in the morning, 10 a.m. Nigeria time, 10 a.m. UK time, 10 a.m. US time, and then you understand which one to trade, which one not to trade, and then all those things, those help how to make decision. Or you train people how to trade also. There's some things you put together and say these and these, or those forecasts. Yeah, let me use that word now. You forecast that these are things that should be in place for successful trading. That's that. But I think I'll still use more relatable stuff. And then for creative design, you need to understand your customer. How do you want to serve your customer better? All right. Or the fashion designer, how do you want to serve your customer better? Now, someone before you, if I want to sew with you now, you need to measure me, take my measurement. I must be in your store, or you come to my house, or we meet somewhere. But now people are doing virtual measurement. These are big. Some people come up with that idea and say, "God, how can I serve my customer better? How can I improve my business? How can I make it better? How can I make it easy for myself? To get it done." I think that's practically. Who else is on the call? We have, I think, the other person did not introduce him or herself, but that's actually how to do this thing. Okay, bringing back to something that most of all of us understand is that, let's say, GIG. I don't know how many people use GIG Logistic or your app, whichever bank you use. OP. I don't know how it operates. Let's say Access Bank or other app. You guys have complaint. Maybe you want to transfer, the thing doesn't go early. Before there's no app in Nigeria generally, or wherever you guys have generally, there's no app. But with time, there's not app, there's app, there's, like, how can we serve these people? Must they come into the bank? That's why some people come up with the idea of app. All right. And then when they start doing app, you just make transfer. Later, can't we introduce jam? You can buy a jam form on app now. You can do everything. You can buy your ticket, air ticket, airline. You can do as many things as you want on app. These are things that people are just looking for, how to make, how things can be easier. I think that's the basic thing, the basic idea about that, and that's the work of a business analyst. How can we move from the traditional way, the old way, the hard way, to a soft way? How can we serve these people better? I don't know if you guys heard the news recently about um what's it called? Even your immigration, your passport. So I've done passport recently, and then before you need to go to the office, but the new minister brought in an app that you can just go on and get your passport done. And these are the work of business analysts. I think let me just stop there before. Let me not put the horse before the cat. All right. My screen just saying, but what we want to achieve from this course is that you can move from any background that you are to a business analyst. It doesn't require coding and all of that. It doesn't require anything. You can go from anywhere. Like I said before, I started as a civil engineer, and I'm still one. And then I transitioned into this, just to do training, just like I did now. And then, yeah, and I did training just like you people did about to do now. And then put in my mind, learn more, because I won't teach you all in. I'll do my best, because I'll do my best. There's recording, and that's why I want people to be like, I'll do my best as much as you people, but you guys need to do some work. I'll give you guys some homework to do and all of that, assignment to do, and just work on yourself. The assignment is about you guys to get things done for yourself, make it work, as in learn what I've taught you in the class. And before you know it, there are several. Just go on Google, whichever is there, go on Google and see how many business analyst role. Just say business analyst vacancy in the country or in the state that you are. You surely see, and You may see some money small, but some it depends on your experience. Let's stop there now. Yeah, you can transition from any field. I've helped people transition from veterinary medicine. I've helped people transition for business administration. I've helped people transition from different backgrounds, banker, everybody. I've seen people that transition from pharmacy. Yeah, yeah, pharmacy. I've so seen people that move from hydraulic engineering. A lot of people move from a lot of field to business line, because one thing about this business line is that 5, 10 years ago, there's nothing like business analyst. Maybe it was called another name. There's a role for it, but it wasn't called business analyst. All right. And it's not about someone trading or doing business. All right. Let's get it right. It's not about you trading and doing business. It's about you learning the skill, knowing how to discuss. You just want to know how to discuss, how to get things done, and then make things better. It can be a middleman. It's more like a middleman between, between IT, now people that code, and people that own the business. Basically, what I'm saying is that I'm a middleman between Elumelu now, right? And people that design and developers. What that means is that Elumelu, I'm the one that Elumelu will talk to. We all know Elumelu, right? Elumelu will talk to, or Dangote will talk to that. And say, guy, we need this to be done, and I'll put it in proper shape and size and put it in document and present it to those guys and say, Oga want this. But because he wants it, at some point also you may need something, you don't know how to communicate it. All right. You don't know how to say it, but this is the role of a business, and you just put it together in a document, and that document is the shape to put it together, help the other guys to understand, the developer to understand it. Someone say you work in supply chain. Yeah, these are just your day to day. If I tell you guys, very in the course of the today, I'll tell you my day to day work. Maybe you guys will understand what that you guys will see yourself in what I do. All right. All right. Maybe I'll just proceed, and then okay. Yeah. I don't know if anyone has question now, but that's where we are for. All right. Business analyst. What we want to take home from today is I want to understand who is a business analyst. You have explained more about it. What are your roles? What do you do? And what are the skills you need as a business analyst? And then we'll do a little test now, just after this and this slide, I guess. And then we just want to understand it go beyond, like in the slide also, you see that business analyst goes beyond just what dash. It's focused on understanding people's need, solving problem, and improving business performances. You guys always have one issue, or let's say WhatsApp. I normally like to use WhatsApp as an example. All right. When WhatsApp introduced to us, it just came up and say, can we do something for people to chat? All right. Someone came up with that idea. Whosoever that brought that idea, some people sit down like X or Twitter now and say, can we see how some people can just be trending and things can work? And that's the work. Some people came together and put that together. And then with time, the business analyst will work on and say, okay, but I think we can do this. I think we can, initially it was about chatting alone, but subsequently we say, okay, can't we make a call via WhatsApp? Can we do video call? And that improvement, the making it better, and that's why people still using it. We all know to go. I think why to go does not survive, or does not, we can't see to go anymore, is that because there's no improvement for everything you are doing, and that's why someone needs it, because there's always a problem that need improvement. Supply chain need, whatsoever you are doing right now, need improvement. Fashion designer, people doesn't know fashion design or fashion designing will blow the way Vicky James and all these fashion guys are taking it up now. Fashion can go in extinct. See, people, they are just recycling what have been done before, but just making things better, making things, serving people better also, because people order things from UK, US, France, even Nigeria, and other way around also. You don't need to know my size. I just tell you my size, my length. I measure myself 43, or some people just send you an app and they will just snap you. They know your length. I've experienced that before. But in short, what we want to achieve is that want to make it better. Like I said, business analysis is just a bridge. Just see yourself as a bridge, a middleman between the business and technology. As simple as that, I've explained it, is that between the business now, the owner of the business, or someone that represents the business, and the technology, and people that will develop it, that will make, that will convert that idea into something that will be useful and will satisfy that business goal. All right, let's see that someone that I want to see, just like an architect. An architect is someone that you tell me, you meet an architect, you want to build a house, you tell the architect your dream, all right, and then the architect goes and put it together and come back to you. All right, architect in a normal scene or in a sane environment, architect does not build, architect design, and later just ensure that what, yeah, it's just in that form. Let's agree that Nigeria or wherever we are is where architects only design. The customer or the client now meet with the architect design and show it to the client. Oh, I like this. This is good. And then what will happen now is that the architect now take it away and give it to engineer. Engineer will be the one to build it. All right, that's it now. In this case now, you're an architect between the owner of the house and the engineer. You don't do it, you don't build it, you just do the design, you just do those use those skills to put things together and give it to the engineer. That's exactly what we want to achieve, or you will be as a business analyst. Are we just give me a sign in the chat? Let me know if we are all together. I know we have 5 people here. Just let me know if we are all together so that I can proceed. All right. All right. Like I said, also business analysis helps organization improve their processes, products, services, and you can see all of, I don't know whatsoever you guys do, processes, products. You sell something. I think Atonda said he sells. No, Anu said he sells or she sells. I don't know if man or sorry, but whichever. Yeah, yeah. Anu's, product and services, someone's supply chain. Maybe you are rendering services or you are improving processes. You always see yourself in that form. You always see yourself because that's what you do. That's what you do. All right, that's what you do in general. Okay, but that's basic, the business. Let me not load you guys with much of the what's it called, the theory side of it, but BA, that's actually BA in that essence, that see yourself as an architect in between the person that owns the idea. You put the idea in a very good manner or very understandable language that other those people that the engineer will understand. That's the best way to put it. And also what you are trying to do is that you can see also you analyze what they tell you. Man said he wants to build, the client said he wants to build 4 bedroom flat or something, and they say, the survey here, I don't think the survey can accommodate 4 bedroom flat. Can we do 3 bedroom? How many windows do you want? Is it possible to have 3 windows? These are things you can see. That's your role. I'm going to the role, in essence. Now you analyze it. This man wants to build the app. What do you want to achieve? Who is your customer? One of my students built an app and said, Chicken Republic. You can see it can be as minute as even the problem you face as a person. I said Chicken Republic. That whenever you go there, you need to be queue online. Why can't you do that? I order and I do pick up. I order it before I get to the place. And when I'm just coming, I just pick up and go. They call it drive-through in some places. On some places, can I just, even if it's not drive-through, instead of me, people, and you now see complain, Chicken Republic, I think everybody know that. You have small space now. And then the projection, when they started, the projection was about maybe 100 customer a day or so. And then at the end of maybe 2 years into the line, you just see that they've grown to 500 customers. Instead of them to be looking in a place like Lagos or a very expensive space or wherever they find it, instead of them to be expanding their building or making, looking for space, instead of them to moving from that place to another place where they will lose customer now, they can just introduce an app and say, guys, instead of you to come in and be, dine or eat, if you don't want to eat, you can just order and buy and go. You can see that they can still be serving, that small space can still be serving 500 place people or customer, as the case may be. And that's one of the projects one of my student did also. You can see it can be a personal problem. Like me, I have a problem with GIG, and then I because the process is too slow and all of that, and then or if it's it time out easily also. These are problem that you can raise and say, okay guys, these are how people are complaining. Feedback, that's where you analyze also. I think, yeah, let's continue. I but I just want you to understand. That's why I say I prefer people to be in this class today, and so that you understand what the basis of what business and I want to understand is when we get into the tools and the technique, the documents you guys you need, it will be easy for everybody. And then you identify area of improvement. I said that already, like the Chicken Republic, like GIG, like app. I saw one of my students said Fidelity Bank. Was it the Fidelity Bank or which one bank that if you want to buy an airtime, you need to save the person contact as beneficiary, and he was like, why must I save as beneficiary? And you can see that bank or the Fidelity Bank is losing money because some people may not want to save that person as beneficiary. They just drop it off. I'll just buy their airtime, go to a nearby shop and buy airtime. And you can think it's like how much would they buy? It's a lot of money. Imagine someone is buying 1,000. Let's example 1,000 worth of airtime times maybe 10,000 people in the whole of Nigeria or in the whole of wherever this their network covered. 1,000 is a lot of money. You guys, businessmen don't think like we think. That's how they think. Like in my company, so many things we build that are just saving people £5 or $5, right? Because what happens is that we don't want you to be calling the call center, and then we now said do it yourself. Just fill a form, someone will reach out to you, because in that case, company was being charged. If you call the customer at the customer call center, they'll charge you five for every call. It's £5, $5. I mean, sorry, $5 for every call is $5, and then the company is losing money. Imagine how many, and they are covering like 80 countries. Imagine how many people are calling. Just 5 times, just give the number, and that's company can save as long as you're saving, even if you are saving $10,000, as long as saving money or doing or improving services. In some cases, I don't know you guys, who is the worst service provider in Nigeria also. Maybe MTN, you call them and you are frustrated. You don't have to have you don't have to go into a service that will frustrate you. I think that's the idea. But what we do or business analysts do is that just want to make everybody happy, because the more customer happy, the more they comes back. The more customer happy, the more they use your whatsoever you provide to them, the more they come back. That's how it works. All right. I'm just trying to explain, and then I just know that I think I'm doing. Yeah, like I said, you act as bridge between the business and technology stakeholder. We'll now start using the word now. You as a fashion designer, you use the word client. Very soon now, the language will be changing now, and that's why you're on this training. The language will be changing from client to stakeholder. All right. The language will be changing from stakeholder to client to stakeholder to someone language, but just take it. Now, what you need to that's the language of IT or tech. Now start talking like my stakeholder. I spoke to my stakeholder yesterday, and we talk about the what he need. It's no more client now. They are no more clients. They may be stakeholders. All right. It's not no more clients. All right, that's different now. You can see that you have a client already, which is a stakeholder. Whoever that can give you work as a fashion designer as a trader, as a supply chain, is your customer. We use customer, client, but now we now start changing the word, my stakeholder, because I'll get to who is a stakeholder, because anybody that has stake or have a say over your project, over whatever you're doing, is a stakeholder. Right? For trader now, maybe I'm not specific about what the person trade, but let's use excuse me, fashion designer as an example. Your stakeholders is people that sell for material for you in the market or whatsoever, wherever you source your market. Those are your stakeholders, because you depend on them, right? The person that move it from market or the supply chain to your house is your stakeholder, the driver. All right. People that work for you are your stakeholder also. All right. We have different type of stakeholder, but many stakeholders. For Let me go to Lagos, maybe Lagos State or Ogun State or state government or federal government now. If they are building roads, let's say they are building that coastal road. I don't know how many people know that coastal road. Everybody on that line, anybody in Lagos, it's Lagos to Calabar. From Lagos to Calabar, Lagos to Calabar, I don't know how many states that are on that road. They are stakeholders. Everybody that live in that state, they are stakeholders, because the way they are now a stakeholder, will categorize stakeholder very soon also. The way they will be a stakeholder will be different. Their level of involvement will be different. Some people that are living in Lagos, they just need to be aware that they are building one road in Lagos to Calabar. And that's the way. And some people's major stakeholder, we have major are the people that are building the road. And there are some stakeholders also that maybe there's the road pass through their house or land, and they need to speak to them. You can see that. And some people, the thing is like 50 miles away from there or 50 kilometers away there, but they just need to say, they know that they are doing one road there, so that if you want to pass there, you need to be aware that those are stakeholders. All right. And we have different type of business analysis. What we do is that we add measured value to organization. That's basic what you do. Imagine a bank want to introduce mobile banking. You need to understand what the customer wants, how many customers do we want. And then imagine, even you want to sell fashion to people in the northern part of wherever you are and the southern part. The way they dress in all those parts are different. You need to understand them. Oh, we need to sell. If you are selling to the northern part, we need to sell something that covers the whole body more than the north. If you are selling what covers the body more in the southern part, people may not patronize. These are things you need to understand. You need to study the market. These are things you need to do as a BA. Also, you need to understand the customer and the pain point. Like, this is what they need. This is what they don't like. This is their feedback and all of that. You need to define the feature also. What do we need on it? I want to register. I want to log in. I want to be able to save my password. I want to reset my password. All these things are work of BA, because you take it one after the other. We'll get there in the course of the training. All right. Yeah, and then this is business analyst skill. You need to communicate. You need to very, very be articulate. You need to know how to communicate, and that's why I said people should talk on the platform. And I just want you guys to talk and see. You need to communicate. You need to interact. Henceforth, I'll be engaging a lot of people or engage everyone on the platform. You need to communicate. You just don't. You need to ask questions. You ask questions. There's no right or wrong question because you want to understand the person's mind. There's a way you want to understand. Some people ask problem, they don't know how to say it. They don't know how to, but you need to ask question or follow the person. In some cases, you need to just be like, we work on a project that you just need to be in that environment. You go there, you resume them in the morning and just watch how they work in the morning. They come 8 o'clock. Okay, after they come, they go into just because you may not be able to measure what. That's where you understand. They call it shadowing. These are skills also you need to learn. There's a shadow. You need to shadow how to shadow people and say, okay, this is how they work and all of that. All right. You have analytic skill. Like I said, you analyze the data. Don't bother yourself. Maybe you don't have analyze. These are not big thing. When we get to the skills, you guys will see that they are problem solving. You need to know how to solve problem. You will not be the problem provider. the good thing about business analysis or project management is that you are not the one that owns the problem, and you are not the one that will provide the solution. All right. The problem, the person that owns the problem, either you study him or you hear it from him. And people that will provide solution, you just give them the problem in a well structured manner, and they will solve the problem. And they will now come back to you, we'll solve your problem, or is it what you want? Say yes, and that's it. All right. Don't see. We have domain knowledge also. We have business analysis in bank, in different stages or in different phases of life, wherever bank, healthcare, work on the project in hospital, and all of that. You need to be able to adapt also. If you are moving from trading to, you need to adapt. Just like I said, you need to change from client, customer to stakeholder, and then you can move from one place to another. You need to collaborate. You guys need to work as a group. I will try and see how we want to do it and see, maybe I'll group everybody together, or everybody will have individual project. I don't know, but I think that's why I'm asking where you guys base and all of that. But I think I'll leave that for everyone to determine. Data analysis, don't bother about yourself. About, there's this wave also about data, and just take it easy. You don't need more of it here. Just understand 1+1. That's what this means. Business process modeling. These are process map, because what you want to do is that, architect draw, and you do those kind of thing here. Because when the architect draw, you can see the man say, I want 4-bedroom flat, duplex, that has one those things. The man just say he can't, he just dreaming, right? And you draw it and you bring it to him, he will be happy. Yes, that's what I want. You can see that, because the man say, hey, I want 4-bedroom, doesn't know where the kitchen will be, doesn't know where the living room. When you draw it, that's what that means. Business process is a tool that you guys will use, and it's very simple tools, and it's one of the critical tools you use. You need to think also, normal thinking. If you are trading, you guys think also, that's the same. And you need to know how to manage your stakeholder. This is a very, very major one. You can't go this one, you can't run away from it. You can see, guys, when we started, I asked you guys, your name, what you do. I want to know you. You need to know your stakeholder. I have someone from Cyprus, from Ghana. You need to know them. Do you know why I ask? I want to understand their time zone. Is it time? I want to understand some things about them. One of my last class, someone from Canada, and we normally have that class 12 p.m. 12 noon Nigeria time, and Canada is 6 a.m. and she joined. All right. You need to understand your stakeholder. If it is because she want to learn, all right. In my place also, I work with people. Where I work with people from different zone. Singapore, which is like 8 hours or 9 hours behind, where ahead of where I am. That means that when they are leaving work, I'm entering work. All right. I work with people in US that when I'm leaving work, they are working. No, in Canada, in some part of Canada, when I'm leaving work, they are entering work. Also, some people in India that they are, Philippine and all of that. You need to just understand, because if you don't understand, then you people will be having clash and work will not move. Imagine I'm working with someone in Singapore and he's 9 hours ahead of me, and I'm scheduling a call to meet with my stakeholder now, and we will not meet. We just need to, and I'll just assume he's in where I am, because the business is where I am. No, you need to understand the person. You need to ask the person what works for you better. Do you want us to have a call, or do you want us me to just send an email to you? Now, some people don't like a call. Even you as a person, some people, you don't like phone call. Send me text first. Like, don't put me on the spot. That's stakeholder also. Like me also, if you just call me, just wake up and call me, I will not pick your call. Send the text and prepare my mind. Like, yeah, that's how to manage people. All right, it's very key. One of the key lessons we need to do. A quick test now. All right, I just want to test our brain and just put it in the chat box. A customer wants a tire swing and give the project to a BA, you guys to implement it. All right, that's what the customer wants. All right, excuse me. And then now, this is how the man explain it to you, or the customer, or the I'm still trying to. I'll move you guys to stakeholder, but this, this is our first class. This is how the customer explain it to you. All right. I'll pause. Okay, maybe I should do it this way. All right. This is how the customer present it to you. Explain it to you. This is how you understood it. All right. This is how you understood it as a BA, business analyst or project manager. This is how the designer under I, this is how the designer design it. All right. This is how the programmer now, the developer, wrote his code. And this is what the business consultant described, how the man described it. And this is how the project was documented. All right. And this is what the operational manager installed in our cloud. And this is how we charge the customer. We charge him based on this is the idea. And this is how it was tested when the tester, these are different stakeholders I'm mentioning. And this is what the customer really need. Who can tell me what you understand about, I put it in a slide together. This is how the customer explain it to you. Who can tell me what went wrong? What do you think can be done better? What can be improved on, or what went wrong? Let's stay with that. Just drop it in the chat. Are we together? Can we drop it in the chat? Yeah. Yeah, you can take your time to study it also. Just no wrong answer. Okay. No, don't just no wrong answer. This is how the customer explain it. This is how the project leader understood it, or the business analyst understood it. This is how it was designed. The programmer. Yeah, yeah, I know that we are together. Yeah. Do you understand the flow? Just want us to, it's just a little test. This is just test for us. This is how the client now, or the customer, or the stakeholder, explain what he want to do. Like I said before, you want to do a tire swing. He said you want to do a tire swing. I want to build 4-bedroom flat, or 5-bedroom flat, or 3 mansion, or whatsoever. This is what the customer said. This is how you understood it. All right, because I might be saying something now, your perception may be different, or how you understood it different. This is how the designer now is part of your team, design it. This is how the programmer, the people that wrote the code, I told you before that you pass what you design and pass it to others, you know, and then this is how. Okay, yeah, good. Damilari, that's a very good one. Yeah. Damilari have opened the floor. He said the idea was not from the stakeholder, was not properly understood by the BA. All right, more. Yeah, that let's talk. Okay, someone else. To me, I think communication is not accurate. Yeah, I believe as each state, the BA should send feedback to stakeholder to know that all of them are on the same page before final. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. And no local, that's brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Yeah. Any other one? That's brilliant. Yeah, yeah. Another person want to contribute to that before we proceed? Yeah, actually, it's communication. Like I said, the skill, you guys need communication skill. You need to cover, you need to ensure that whatsoever you are sending back to, whatsoever that the customer or the stakeholder inform, discuss with you, need to go back and feed and say, from my understanding, this is what I understand that you want us to do. Are you sure? And that's give you a sign of, yeah, the idea was not properly communicated, which leads to different understand. Exactly, exactly. And documentation also. Because if you have documented, if I understood your idea, I document, I go back to you, or send emails, slide and say, engineer or Anoluwapo, please can you confirm this is what from the meeting we had, this is what your idea was? And the person say yes, so that's it. I'm okay with it. And like see the example I gave, the architect will design it and bring it back. Bring it back. It doesn't just go and give it to engineer. Bring it back to the man. Say, this is where I put window. This will be your dining area. Explain to him also. And that's why we need those process map that is inside our skills that we learn. Bring it back to him and say, okay, once you bring it back, that document and the man sign on it or say, okay, I'm happy with it. Then in this case now, someone know what we are not carrying paper around. Someone just send an email or a chat like, I'm happy with what Ademola or Anolu have documented. You guys can proceed, and I'll just send it over to all those guys. And now they will have not designed or developed that these things they've developed, right? A task will be, yeah. Someone say a task swing. The communication between B and the team who came up with the interpretation of the project was not adequate enough, and there was probably no cross check. Yeah, that's exactly what we're saying. Need to check it back. The client or the stakeholder has the major, the major say. In some cases, we've done design that we can do design that the what's it called now, the client want, and you take it to those other stakeholders, the developer and all of the architect. They will tell you that it can't work. It happen also even in building now. If you do architects, architects like to do props and all this fine thing. We'll do all those fine thing and take it, and the client say he likes it. When you now take it to the engineer say no, we can't put 4 meter stuff here without pillar. Let me use language, but it's called column because it will collapse. Then we need to go back again and we need to talk about it and say, okay, what can we do? We put beam to support it. All this communication also can happen, but that's the basic. You need to go back and check and make sure that it's well documented. Someone sign it off for you and say, I'm happy with it. If I give Atonda something to sew for me or to make beautiful suit for me for maybe anything I want to do, and then Atonda needs to check back me, and this say now this new thing in town to say is it fit check now? Yeah, I need to do my fit check, because maybe even when Atonda, even if I have agreed that that's what I want, when at the end of the day maybe I've added 2 kg or 3 kg and it cannot, we need to do, because you want to make your client happy. Okay, the case of you had more money, that was another case entirely. But at the end of the day, client or the customer or whoever that give you this thing must be happy. Yeah, good. I think we are good. If you have any question, please just stop me or just drop the question. Another one also I just did also just to talk more. Yeah, someone said, Paul Siju said the BA didn't understand. Yeah, you need to understand, you need to ask questions. You don't assume, because it's like I said, this problem is not your problem and the solution is not a solution. You don't assume. The person has problem. You are just a middleman between the people that have problem and people that will solve it. It's not a problem, it's not a solution. Just work in between them. You need to understand, ask questions. With the way you talk, this is what you understand and all of that. And this is also like you want to build a drone or a jet, and then actually this is what the client or the customer or the stakeholder wants, just a bike. All right, but this is what was how the customer say it. I want something that can fly, that can fly, that traffic cannot hold me, that and then that can just the way we exaggerate things. And then this is what we, at the end of the day, when we did back and forth between engineer and the architect, say we can't build this big thing, let's build this thing, this one. And when they build it and now later show it to the Baba said this is what the man said, This is what I want. You can see it now. You need to go back and show, and then you see the waste time. See what you are saving as a business, and you waste time, money, resources. There are some business that at the beginning, when the man tell you, when you document it, at the end of the documentation, you see that he cannot. There's no need to do it. I can't name many businesses like that. So many apps. Some people don't need to be on a app. Some people don't need to have a app. You can see so many apps that doesn't succeed because they didn't do proper planning. Some people just want to launch app, and I don't know who competed with WhatsApp, and I just want to launch it because someone is doing it. No, and that's what BA does. Let's see with the people here, how many people do we have? How many students do we have? How can we go about it? Is it viable? Because the point is that you don't want to launch that product or launch that service after wasting all those money doing the app or whatsoever you want to build, and then it did not work. You lost money, lost time, you lost resources, you lost reputation. But when you have a BA, the BA will do all those preliminary work and guess, okay, this is viable. Or instead of us to launch everything, can we introduce it gentle by gentle? Just like if you go to a restaurant and they want to serve you, see this way, there's want to serve you want to eat at a restaurant, 7 course meal. We all know 7 course meal give you the what's it called now? What's it the see the appetizer? Yeah, the appetizer. They give you appetizer, they give you the pre-meal, the pre-main meal, they give you main meal, they give you dessert, they give you drink and all of that. But imagine now you went to you walk into a restaurant and you tell them you want 7 course meal, right? And then they now went away 2 hours later because we want pounded yam and all of that. 2 hours later, they now bring your appetizer and everything and all of that, and they now bring it to you. You will not be hungry anymore because 2 hours later, you maybe the person has fainted or all of that. But what about 7 course meal? Introduce the man to you, just see it that way. Appetizer, the man is having something to himself, drink, water, or whatever, and he'll bring the just use this to hold body, whole body. I just believe everybody understand that. And then you bring the main meal. After the main meal, you give him the man fruit and all of that. That's how. But instead of just the man to wait, because if you I know Luakwa want to go to that restaurant, don't go there. Oh. You use 3 hours and you know eat, or these are how PA works. Right. Yeah, the major thing, okay, the lesson learned from all those things is that the to start the start of building a successful product is to know what you need to build. You need to know the need. That's what we call scope now. See, we move from stakeholder, client, customer to stakeholder, need to scope. What's the scope? What's the scope? What do you want? What's the scope? What do you want? Scope. What's the scope? We don't understand the scope, meaning that we don't understand what the man wants yet. We still gathering, we'll get there, how to gather, how to understand scope. All right, the major thing is first need to understand what they need in the first place. Then you start knowing what first place, what you need to build. What is the end goal? What do you want to achieve? Then you understand the customer need, not what the customer wants. Back to my example, man want a mansion now. But the scope with the things of how the thing will it be successful? Can we do something? That land is too small, this thing cannot work or whatsoever. Give it any example. Just see it as that example, like just see it as that example, and that's how it is. Okay, it's not all they want may not good. You need to understand the scope. What's the scope? What is it? Understand. That's why you ask question communication. Right. Are we all together in this class? Yeah, these are just slide. I don't know. I'll share it in the classroom also. What what does be analyze business needs? I've explained this also. Let me know about give it. You investigate the problem, gather information, about the business operate, how does it operate. If you are new to it, but if you are there already, people like Twitter, even Twitter, I don't know, maybe someone should thumbs up also. Twitter, you see Elon Musk. I know we use Twitter. You see Elon Musk at some point will come and say, you people should like or react to this post if you see it in the next 10 minutes. He's trying to understand what is happening. He's trying to understand, maybe someone or some complaints or feedback have come by, like this, the system is slow or something is not going right. He wants to understand it. He's doing the work of a BA because he wants to understand there's a problem. Well, how can we understand? And that's how to gather it. And how to, when you want to understand problem, it's called how to gather requirements. You are gathering requirements. You can see now, you are gathering what's the requirement, what's the scope. The scope is when we say scope is the everything generally. What's the problem? What do you want to do? When we now say what we are gathering requirement now, how do we get to the scope? You can see now, how do we who is my supplier, who is my stylist, who is my, you how do I speak to them? You gather from, okay, I want to do 3 by 2 suit. I'm just saying now, how do you want it? Do you want the hand short? You want, yeah, that's gathering requirement. If you want to, I want a short sleeve. No, I don't want long sleeve. You are gathering requirement because you can't assume the customer just want it because he wants suit. Because now I think there's short suit, if I'm correct. But because it's suit, you just assume it's long suit. No, man may want short suit. Gather it. Everybody have their own need, and that's what analyst, business analyst does. You need to understand what, also in some cases it may be something that is existing. All right, I may bring my suit to you and say, help me to adjust it. I'm just using this little this, and this is actually how it works here also. I want to say, I want to bring my suit to you, help me to adjust it. You want to understand, what do you weigh before? Where? I want to put it on. Where is the space? That's, I'm understanding the current state. What's the problem is now? Then what do you want to achieve? All right? That's analysis. Just analyze, and that's it's as simple as that. Let's say analysis. That's what you want to improve processes. I've explained it also. Jumia customer, a lot of my students also did Jumia. Jumia customer said when they have issue with delivery, how can we improve it? Is it that is our, in some cases it may not be Jumia has done well, but the people that we all use we all use these guys now. What's these guys called now? Um, Dispatch rider. I believe I'm speaking the language everybody understand. Dispatch rider, people that just dispatch, or logistic company, and you can see how they can delay or they can mess up someone processes. And why can't we have internal people? Why can't we track them? Because every customer complain now, we promise them we'll deliver on Tuesday, and Monday morning we'll send it out to our dispatch rider, but they won't deliver until Wednesday. The feedback is not good. But what can we do? Can we start tracking our bike? Can we start, these are things that you need to do also. You facilitate communication, you ask questions, you can't shy away from it. You need to talk, even if you don't. That I think that's, you need to talk. If you can understand people, but you can't assume. You can observe people also, but you can't assume. That's the only thing you can do here. You need to produce documentation also. Remember, architect need to design, create a document and share. You need to produce document. Everything we discuss needs to be documented. You don't just say it often, because the man may come tomorrow. I have cases of one of my students that said he was she has in her workplace now. She produced a customer and the man say, she didn't know about it. You don't know, you sign it off, see your email. Because if it's not there, the man will deny you and say, and then it will be on you. And we don't have one such cases. So you want to interpret data before, okay, last year they make 5 million naira, last 2 years they make 7 million naira. Why did they drop down? Okay, just on these are little data. Forget about it's not dashboard, all those things. Dashboard is just pie chart and all of that. I'm not undermining anybody's job, but don't see it as something you need to worry yourself about. And I know some people will say, see, but I want to advise, maybe you spend, I want to advise also that focus on one thing. I don't know if you are doing any other training. Focus on one at a time. All right. That's what I advise people. Focus on one at a time. Just focus on, if there's a why you choose this one, or why you choose wherever you are, just focus on it and say, this one I want to know it. All right. Don't just, I know this, there's New Year resolution here and there, but just focus on one, and then you just put your mind to it, understand it, the basic. And that's what I'm saying there. Yeah, this is what I want to do. I just want to show you what the process is, or how it flow. But generally speaking, what happened is that I'm trying to teach you guys, or take you guys through business analysis as a whole, because we have different way to it. Also, we have the traditional way, they have the agile way. But we want to, because you don't know which job you may get, and some people may want you to develop some document, but there's a way also that is just agile, just right. It's been the backlog, we call it backlog. Some things that have been done already, you just bring into the project, and you just build on what they've done already. Okay, but some project you start from scratch, and that's why I'm starting from scratch. All this grammar I'm saying, all this documentation I'm going through, is because I want to know, I don't know which one you may fall into tomorrow. So that when you see a role, to want to apply for a role as a business, and you say, that guy did not teach us this one, or we don't know, I don't understand this. All right. But because you can function anywhere, that's the advantage of what I'm taking you through. If not, I would have just jumped to the other side, and but let's take it from the basic and understand it. All right, like I said before, 01 says you need to define the business areas and scope. I've said that before. You need to gather requirement. What's the scope? I want to do a suit. What's the requirement? Short sleeve. All right? That's it. Now analyze it. Can we do a short sleeve with 3 yard? All right? Can we do short sleeve with 4 yard? That's it. Document it. So that even if you are not there, someone can pick it up, and someone can say, you want short sleeve, oh, and that's what we agreed on, and we'll sign it. We'll validate it. Okay, you take it back to it, and just like it's tire swing, take it back to the client stakeholder and say, this is what you say you want: short sleeve, round neck. Just say whatever you want to say. All right, and then we'll design it. Then we'll do the fit check. All right, we'll now evaluate on your feature. Is it okay? Yeah, it's okay. Then we'll maintain it. Just, that's all. Does it make sense? Just let me know. I want to know, please. Let's know. I think I'm using something that I believe everybody on this call will understand, or can understand. If you want me to use another scenario, just drop it in the chat. Also, I'll use other scenario. Let me pause for a minute and see. Please drop it in the chat that you understand what I'm saying. I know we are just 6 here, and then if you want me to use other scenario that you want to relate with, maybe you don't. So also, uh, let me know. All right, thank you. Atanda. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's proceed then. See, I think this one is just trying to explain what I just defined there. There's no point. I like graphics because the language everybody in the whole world understand is hard. The way you pronounce in your language may be different from mine, but everybody, this thing in your language is the same thing in my language. But the way you pronounce it, or the language, or how you call it, is your own. It's my own. I know, but we understand. It's easy to understand. But at some point, I just try to explain further, but which I think I won't go through. And the final stage now, the first one now, the one now. Remember, I now put it there. How do we do it? The first thing we want to define is that, if what's the purpose? I think I won't bug you guys. You want to identify your stakeholders. Who is your supplier? Did they have it in stock? Who is your supplier? Who is your stylist? Let's say the clothes will have pattern, who will do the pattern. You need to identify them. Are they free? You want to deliver this thing next week Friday. Are they free? Will they able to, work with you so that you deliver this thing successfully? You need to identify them. And then if there are problems, you just need to tell the man, say, okay, or the stakeholder, we can't do this. These are will be things you do. I'm just using this very little example because what you want to define is that you want to identify who is the project manager, who is the business analyst, who is the tester, who is the, let me use the language, better language now. Who is the tester, who is the business analyst? I thought that would be the business analyst on the project. Oh, okay. Who is the project manager? Damilare will be the project manager. Who will be the tester? Um, sorry. Prince Prince Yenu will be the tester. Who Paul will be the program manager. You need to know them. You can't just be working in silo. You remember I said it's collaboration. You need to know them. You need some people. Okay, let me use Dangote. Let me go back to Dangote. Dangote said he wants to build something to track his truck. All right, and then you need to understand Dangote is the major stakeholder. Who is the operational manager? You need to speak to your operational manager. Who is the head of driver? I don't know how it works. These are your stakeholders. Who is the security? Head of security, because you need to know when they go out, when they comes in. A lot of things you need to know, and these are your stakeholders. Some people you just need to say, I don't know, yeah, because you use an app, right? Or you buy a shares. You just send you a message and say, we'll be upgrading between Sunday 12 in the night, 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. We'll be upgrading our system. They are just sending message or email to you as someone that use their app, because you are a stakeholder. Because you don't want to go, they can't tell you when to send money or not. I can go on my Access app now and send money at 2 a.m. But if they don't, since they've informed you now, because you're a stakeholder, there's a way we rate them also. Some people need to be responsible. Some people need to be accountable. Some people need to be consulted. Some people need just be informed. Yeah, we'll be doing Lekki Express Road. I will be closing in between, or Tommy Lambry will be closing in between 8 in the night till 12 in the morning. Like this weekend now, there will be Lagos Marathon. All right. Yeah, I'll give the slide. There will be Lagos Marathon, and they will be telling you guys ahead of time. Even if you are not running, even if you are not in Lagos, they need to communicate it in television, in newspaper, and all that. There will be Lagos Marathon. They will be closing the terminal. They will be closing this. If you are going to there, be aware of motorists. You can use alternative routes, and that's you're a stakeholder. All right. You want to manage the risk. What are the risks that can come up? With your supplier, go back to the fashion. With your supplier, does he have the material in stock? The person that will stitch it, does he have time? Or something just happened, there's no light. National grid has grid in Nigeria. It's a risk. You need to document this thing. Sir, we won't be able to achieve this thing. We are promised Friday, but because of national grid, we won't be able to. We will do it until we'll keep you in know. These are things you need to understand. You need to set clear objective. You want to do short sleeve suit, round neck, and all of that. Clear, very clear. This is what you say you want, and which you have. You need to resource optimization. I think this is out of your scope, but you need to understand if there is a problem. You are working with someone, the person is not out. You need to tell the person or whosoever, your manager. In this case, you can have manager and say, see, truly, I'm working with the person. I've done my part, but the guys have not been around. Can you help us? It's just to tell them. You need to inform, because the thing, it doesn't succeed, it come back to you. There's something called scope creep management. Because okay, let me say I agree that I want to do short sleeve, right? And 3 days later, and you've started already, I say I want to do 3/4. There's a way you need to say, okay, this will go through change. You need to go and you need to document it, because that's not what we agree on before. Because if you say, no problem, I'll just adjust it, you may have time, you may change your resources and all of that. You need to document it. That's that about that. Yeah, I believe you understand this, right? All right. This is how to group the stakeholder. What I explained before: responsible, who is accountable, who is consulted, who need to be informed. Is reason who is responsible for executing the task. All right. Who is accountable? Who will give us the money? Who will support us? Who is all of that? Who need to be consulted? Who will give us the requirements? Who will tell us how many bedroom they want to do? Who would, who will need to be just like consultant? All right, that's that. And who needs to be informed? We just need to inform. We need to inform those guys. We need to, tell them about what we want to do, and that's how we group them. It's the same thing. I'm just trying to repeat again. Requirement workshop. This is what I've explained before, and there's a sorry requirement workshop. Yeah, how do we gather requirements? I've explained that before. You need to speak to whosoever that need to give the requirement. I want to build what we want to build an app now. Okay, let's use another example. We want to build the problem. Let's say the scope now is that we want to build a website or an app, whatever you want to call it, for general hospital in your state or in your country. Because the problem before was that the client or the customer now or the patient, if they want to see a doctor, they need to come and queue and go to reception. From reception, they'll pick a number or register a file. And from reception, they send them down to pharmacy or somewhere else to go and make payment. Okay, let's say account to go and make payment, and they come back to pharmacy reception. They will give them a card. They will now go to waiting room. They will now wait for another 1 hour to see a doctor. And after they see a doctor, they will now go to the doctor will now say they will now go to pharmacy. Pharmacy will now give them drug, or pharmacy will now write the money of the drug for them. They will now go back to account. They will now go and make payment. They now come back to pharmacy. Pharmacy will now dispense drug for them. They now come back to doctor. Can see it's a very complex problem. That's a problem. But what we want to do now, I want to see a doctor. I can book an appointment online. I think everybody can relate with that. I can book an appointment online. Then you can just book an appointment online. That's what we want to solve now. How do you gather requirements, or who are the people, who are your stakeholders in this case? Doctor, nurses, physiotherapy, the pharmacies, the nursing assistant or nurse auxiliary nurse, whatever you call it, the dentist, the anything, everybody that works in the office setting, the CMD, even in some cases you need the office front desk officer, the receptionist, everybody in the chain of line. And again, aside on some other people, you need students, maybe student nurse or student, or the schools, maybe teaching hospital. You need the schools also. You need to speak to the lecturers in some cases, because this thing you want to do, and most importantly, the client, which is the patient. And there's now a way we now do it now, because you can't meet everybody. That's another technique. That's why you're a business analyst. You can just distribute the way. One way is to send out survey. People fill survey or questionnaire. They are gathering information, they are gathering requirement from you, right? That's the way to do it. If you see a lot, some people, if you want to meet Dangote now, you can't say questionnaire. You go and meet Dangote, that's interview. You interview Dangote, you sit with him one on one. Sir, we want to do this. You say you want to do this. How do you want to do it? You see, maybe some group of people in a department, you can just put them together, maybe online workshop, just like we are doing now. All right. And you can see that's the way you go about it. But what you want to do is that I want to gather requirement. The doctor will tell you, okay, this is what we want on the website, or this is how it will help us to do our job better. Can you put it? And when you now ask the doctor, do you want to do the appointment at that? And say no. Can you put it spaces 1 hour? Because of 45 minutes, you guys need to agree. The nurses say, okay, can you put a session for us just to do whatsoever they want to do? The pharmacist, okay. The payment also, instead of going to cashier or accountant, just put it. Everybody have a app. You can put your card and all of that, and you make your payment, and you send it to the pharmacy department, and they see the payment and they confirm, and just come in. Just come in. You know when to come in. Your appointment is 11. You can come in 10. Now depends on you. But in some cases now, you need to come there by 6 a.m. to get it attended to by 1 p.m. That's a waste. That's what we want to do. In this case, we want you just to book. In some cases, the doctor will say this person doesn't need to come. Can do online. In Lagos State, they are doing online what's it called? Online judgment. Maybe the judge want to sentence someone, do online. Life, that's the work of a BA. Life is being easy. Why must you come? Why must everybody? Yeah, I think COVID has actually opened up a lot of things. Why must you come? I want to see a doctor, and no, I just want to. Why must I go through all those rigorous stress? Why can't I just book 11 for my appointment? I come in, and I see the doctor. I make my payment, and I pick up my drugs and all of that. And even in my online, I can feel my symptoms. I'm feeling this way, I'm feeling that way. The doctor have an idea of what I want. Well, just see me if I need to see him or her. All right. Let me know there. But that's requirement gathering. I will elaborate on that in our next class. But that's how to do it. And that's what I just explained here also. And requirement gathering, you need to clear risk. Yeah, just these are, I will share this slide with you. Type of requirement gathering. We have different types of it. Maybe that's where we'll close. If except anyone have question. We have interview. Interview is just like I explained, one-on-one types of requirement. How do we gather requirement, or how do you gather? I don't know how to, but how do you gather information requirement? Okay, how do you gather? Is just that you need to speak to people, because you are not you don't own the problem. You want to solve a problem, but you want to document it. That's why you speak to Dangote, the big guys, interview. If I want to, he just needs to speak to, yeah, he needs to speak to, I don't know, in some country or in some places, you buy fuel in the filling station or Cold Stone. Is it Cold Stone? Yeah, Cold Stone or Domino's. If you use your app, you see in some cases they just say you book online. You can just come in. Some people came up with that idea. I don't need to sit inside Coleslaw and be waiting for food I can order before I get there. And I pick up my food, and that's how to solve problem. That's problem solved. And also you can, in the case of, and Coleslaw, you can see Coleslaw takes your information and send, after they serve you, they send an email or a text to you that you give them survey. How did they serve you today? That's how they gather information, because they can't sit everybody down one after the other and ask them that how did they serve them. But because people, yeah, the branch, you now see some branch are good more than the other, and they understand. They now see from the feedback they get from those customers, they understand what to improve, and they know how to speak to their people also. What do you want? Their staff are having issue. They don't send survey to them. You can see now, they don't solve surveys. They sit with them and ask for sure. They gather them into a room and ask what's their problem and all of that. I've explained one-on-one interview is more than one-on-one. If it's small gathering, you can just speak to the person. If it's some person, you just need to speak with them, and someone that want to build a house and is the main person that want to finish, you need to sit with him and ask him, what do you want? Can't send him a questionnaire and say fill the form, I will do a design for you. No. Yeah. We have documentation. I've explained questionnaire. We have documentation analysis. When you join a company, you give let me not say when you join, wherever you work, you have a document day to day. How do you work? Maybe you have a supermarket. When you sell something, you write it down. In the morning, you sign in, and you open shop, you write it down. Some people can just come and ask for that document. They study it and they understand your problem. BA can be that. When you join a company, if I join MTN today, They will give me I'll have access to their some of their system or their document. They'll just tell me you can read those things up. You read it up, you understand most of their problem, and that's how you catch up with it. Or let's say Lagos State, I don't know, Lagos State or any state is doing approval, and then you just want to understand how the process works. Say, how do you do it? Say, if you bring your drawing, they stamp it, you go and make payment. They will write it somewhere, or tax. Yeah, let's use Lagos State Internal Revenue Service or federal government, whichever state you guys are. You understand? You can go with their document, you can understand their processes and understand that this needs to be improved. You guys think we should improve this and all of that. You can observe or shadow. I've explained that in the beginning. If I want to understand how you people behave in your house or in your, I'll just shadow. Some people can't explain, can express the problem. They can't say it, but they know there is a problem. Even in IT, even in my office, anyway, you know there's a problem somewhere. If they say like things are not like, it's a problem. What's the problem? Everybody needs to sit together and we discuss and say, okay, what's the problem? Why is this in, just last week, there's a problem. We need to sit and talk about it. And then someone needs to shadow, someone needs to wait, give us 1 month and do, okay, and say, okay, just like rainfall. How did rain fall last year? How did rain fall this year? 2 years ago, 3 years ago? The rain upper year is more than, it's just like understanding, shadowing, things like that. There's workshop I will say, and it can be email. I'll just send to you, Atonda, can you please type a letter for me? Or can be email. I don't need to call you. I can just say, Atonda, can you please type a letter for the developer to do this and da 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 da. Tell me that. Right? I'll bring some example which I've not done before from my workplace, and maybe when we get to that stage and see. But because recently I'm on a fast-paced environment, and then yeah, we'll see what we can do. Don't worry. Yeah, all these things is just to understand, just to understand what we've done now. Is just to understand the requirement, just to gather requirement. We have this SWOT analysis. We all know SWOT analysis. I won't go into that. The strength. You need to work as a team, understand your strength, your weakness. You need to understand the project strength, weakness, and all of that. Opportunity and threat. In Nigeria, some their threat is that in Nigeria you can have issue like the weakness can be power. If you do this thing, do we have or unstable network? How do we do it? How do we upscale it? How do we store a lot of things there? But when we go into deeper, and this is one of the the diagram I told you guys. I want to show someone. If you show someone this one, he will understand it better than what I've been saying all day. This we want to build a app, all right? And this is a new customer. The person register and you can create a profile. The person the data store into cloud. The person agree to data privacy and all of that, and the person log in. And then if I'm not more a new customer, if I, when you register, you become an existing customer. Now I don't need to go through registration and all of that. I can just log in and save my username, and I can browse whatever I want to browse, and I log out, and everything is saved here. These are things you do. I'll share maybe next 3 class or so. You guys start doing this kind of thing. All right, these are not. Don't see it as anything hard. It's something you guys will do. And this is another one. From what I understand, this is how you do it. When I enter into your store, I get a ticket, I assemble this. This is we call it process map. And this is a process map for a pizza shop. I assemble the internal one. I get a ticket, I order, get someone order. Yeah, assemble the vegetable and shop the vegetable, start code, do all this thing and do this one and deliver pizza to customer. I'm just trying to say the stage by stage so that nothing is missed. I want to show you that is this what you say? If it's true, then this one is a problem. Can we make this one better and all of that? It's just these tools that you use. All right. Yeah, I explain here. I think yeah, I'll close here. Yeah, I'll close on this page and I will close. I explain here who is a stakeholder. All right, I've displayed the screen already. I will have asked the question, but instead of display it now, who is a stakeholder? Stakeholder is any individual, group, or organization that has interest in, is affected by, or can influence the operation, decision, and outcome of a project, institution, or system. Stakeholder is anyone, organization, group, anybody, group, individual that has interest in, is affected by. Access Bank is actually Access Bank is upgrading their system, but I'm affected by it directly or indirectly. I'm a stakeholder because I'm their customer. Opay, if anything happen to their app or whatsoever they are using today, I'm affected by it. They need to inform me. You are a stakeholder. Even if I have $1 with them or $1 with them, and people message they will send to $1 is the person that will send to one to inform us. But if they want to take loan, there's different. That one is different. That one service. But if anything will happen to the app or the services they render to, as in the general service they render to everybody, we are on the same level. I'm a stakeholder. I can influence anybody that can influence it also, like the tester, like the developer. I want to do this thing. Then the project manager is a stakeholder. All right, now in the context of a software development, stakeholder include all parties who contribute to, benefit from, or regulate the service. In the hospital, I said it also, the lecturer, the people that teach, the lecturer, the professor that teach medical students, they need to contribute. The institute, maybe Nigeria Medical Association or whatever that NHS or wherever we are in the whole world. All right, because they are stakeholders. You can't the way you now talk to them matters. Okay, this one we just need to send them information, just them to be aware that we are building something like this and all of that. Because anyone that contribute benefits, patient, I'm a stakeholder. In some cases, I we've done something for an hospital and a hospital, and the hospital said the staff are like, they like the way they write it before. It's hard also. You don't blame them because most of them can't, and it takes time. But with time, you just introduce with them, say, okay, instead of putting digital everything, just okay, you just do the drugs online. After drug, when they get used to it, just okay, can we do this one online? Then you just go eradicate the paper. What that do is that, do you know what it does? If I can book service online, do you know what it does? It save me time, save me resources, it save me money. One, do you know what it happened to the hospital or whatsoever? It save them time. They need less doctor now. They need less staff. All right, and also they are saving money. They are not buying papers. They are saving people's information. Do you know? One time we went to a hospital, and then someone complained that it that is going slimmer or so. And then guess what the hospital did? The hospital was a digital hospital, and the hospital said, okay, give me give me your information, give me your date of birth. They put the information, and guess what? The person was actually there in previous month, maybe 2 months, 3 months ago, and they check his weight 3 months ago, check his weight 2 months ago, and check him. I said, you're not getting slimmer, you're getting fatter. See your weight with document. Save the cost, save the hospital problem. Because the man would have said, yeah, it's like you guys, the drug you guys are giving me or the injection you guys are giving me, it's getting me slimmer. You can see what they save there, and that's what see it beyond that. You are a middleman. Though I'm just trying to bring it down to your level. You are doing a absolute an absolute job. That's what I want you to understand. But what you want to say, you are making things better. And when you make things better, value, money gravitate towards you. When you solve problem, people come. That's I want you guys to see it. Any question? I think I'll stop there tonight, and then I think the rest are just more of. I'll share this with you. Yeah, the rest are more of something we can read through because yeah, I'm just trying to understand who is a stakeholder in an hospital setting. This is a stakeholder in Lagos State University Teaching Hospital. See who are the stakeholders. These are stakeholders, internal stakeholders. Yeah, in some cases we have internal people within the organization. Like I said, coleslaw or Domino's, people that works for coleslaw, people that owns coleslaw, or people that influence, people that maybe they come together, a group of people that owns it. But we now have external, we have the customer, we have the supplier, people that supply their goods, their what they use to make coleslaw or whatsoever, their delivery manager, all those things. Yeah, I do. In this case now, for Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, the internal stakeholder now, we have the CMD, Chief Medical Doctor. Yeah, this one is Chief Chairman Medical Advisory Committee. It's one of their, this is a real thing. You have the Hospital Management Board. In Lagos State, they have Hospital Management Board. They have an agency that govern them. You have the Director of Administration. You have HODs. And it's a, and then the clinical side, we have the consultant and specialist, we have the surgeon, we have resident, all these things. You have the pharmacy, lab scientists, radiographer, physiotherapy, dietitian, social workers, medical record officer, clinical secretary and wards clerk, people that do emergency theatre staff. You don't know, you can go more now. You have the HR because some people that manage people that work there. You have the finance and account department, ICT, legal, corporate, more. And we have the external, yeah, we have the patient, we have the caregiver, people that come to the patient, we have the community rep, maybe people, the bailiffs, the kings, they are stakeholders. So patient advocacy group, maybe people that do NGOs that say treat our patient right, that go around activity, tell them, say, see, we are doing something good. And you can see also we have the Unilag, College of Medicine, Unilag, we have the School of Nursing, we have the E10, IT people, we have the research department. Now, this one now, external now, they just need to be informed. We have Federal Ministry of Health, we have medical and Delta, people that govern them. And all of that. Let me I'll stop there and then yeah. Any question, please drop your question. If you have any question, then if not, we'll meet in next class. Drop your question. If you have any question, you can ask now or you ask on the group. But I'll share the slide with you. I prefer see, but it's not about sharing the slide, it's about you guys, it's about what we being in the class hear it for the first time because the slide is I can prepare a slide and send to you, but I want you to learn. I want you to understand. I also want to get his or her success story from this class. It's something you can do. If I can do it, I can assure you can do it. Any question? I'll wait for your question in 1-2 minutes, and if there's no question, can end the class. Any question, any clarification, anything, just drop it. Don't ask question, okay? Ask. A BA need to ask question. No question. All right. I will assume that there's no question. All right. Thank you everyone then. If there is no question, oh, I don't know. I will leave you guys to. I know it's a lot to, yeah, it may be a lot to take in for a lot of people, but I just but if you have any question, drop it in the class and let's look at it together. And then, but before you go, I'll share. Let me share this one again. Let's see if it's. Please, I need response, okay? Because I want to be sure you guys are seeing what I'm showing you. Yeah, from what we've learned today, right? I want to show you. I just type business analyst role in Lagos or Nigeria, and it shows one, many, but I'm clicking on this one. It was posted day before yesterday or so on 31st. It was closed this one. I want to show you what this is a senior role. You may not apply for this. I want to show you the opportunity you guys have or whatsoever that is available for you. So that you know that you're not learning whatsoever you learned is not going in vain. So guess what they want? They want a business analyst will support a company onshore IT department. This is a company that deal with. I'm just opening. I'm not seen it before, okay? Because don't look at that company that deal with all onshore and offshore, which means that maybe petroleum and all of that, okay? And then they want someone that will manage the IT on onshore. Guess what he said? He said by acting as bridge between what? Okay, this is what I discussed today. I've not opened this before. I didn't know if they open. All right, this is you act as bridge between business users and technology delivery team to what? To ensure access digital initiative and translate in clear. I say you document in a structured manner, well-defined solution. They will tell you. Don't you let English disturb you. Measure value. They will be the one to measure it, because at the end of the day, if it's successful, they'll measure his measure value. And I said, when you give value, money gravitates towards you. Successful adoption, meaning that after we've deploy it, successful, everybody adopt it. It's just grammar, okay? This is the role that you do. Guess what they say? What did they say? Business process analysis. I said it right. That's why I want people to be in class. Distraction level is high. Requirement definition, scope. If you guys understand, if it's what I said, just put something in chat. Solution validation, stakeholder management. See why I say people, and if people now come next class and say, this is major, you can't run all these things is major. See, in organization, it is more difficult to manage people than what you people are doing. It is more difficult. People, even me today, as I mean that I've been working today, I invited someone to meeting and he didn't join. She didn't join today, not yesterday, today. She didn't join the call. She did, and I was on the call with some other stakeholder, and I was like, "Are you free to join?" Later, she didn't join. She didn't send message that she didn't join. These are stakeholder people are difficult. You need to know how to manage them. And in some cases, the person may not just be like me. Also today, when I went on my own to eat and all of that. Someone invited me to meeting and he didn't tell me before, and I didn't join. Unless the person just assumed that, oh, that guy. I wasn't informed. One, you need to understand if it is my break time. Do you understand? Because I work with people in India. If you put meeting in 9 a.m. with them, they won't join because that's their break time. I understand that you need to understand stakeholder management. If you now put meeting today 9, they didn't join. Tomorrow 9, it's you that will be getting frustrated. You need to know how to manage people. Okay, it's stakeholder management. It's key. You can't run away from it. Just want to show you the opportunity in business analysis. Okay, benefit tracking. All this one is maybe what we do. Improve production efficiency. At the end of the day, what they are saying is that if you do this thing, that if you support our project, this is what the company will gain. They will improve production efficiency, reduce deferment. What did I say? Save costs, reduce waste, reduce paper. Yeah, I saw 3 roles as that time. Okay, as it's a remote job. Yeah. And you can work for other company because I don't know where you guys are. Most of you guys are in Nigeria. You can work for a company that pay you in dollar because it's cheaper for them. Because wherever they are paying them. People are taking $500 per day, not per year or per month, per day. And you in Nigeria, if I give you $50 per day, you'll be dancing around. But to you, it still pays you. All right. And then see what you do. Business, this is a lead discovery session with stakeholder to understand operational challenge and improve. All right. These are just go about it. I just want to open. You see data and report. I just put it there because you will see, especially in Nigeria, you will see it many in Nigeria, but it's nothing. Just forget it. They may not need it. One thing about business or this role is that it's one job you do. You won't do two-person job. What they tell you, what you do, that's IT for you. Like I won't do someone design job. I will just say, designer, can you confirm this is what you want? Say yes. Okay. This one, I'll just do my own. All right. It's not like wherever we work and say, engineer, come and do architect work. You do surveyor work. When I started work, like how many years ago? 15 years ago, I did surveyor. But I did surveyor work. I did every job. All right. And you can convert what you are using. You see why I'm bringing what fashion designer. I want you to understand that it's what you are doing already. It's just the language that different. Put your mind, focus on it, you get it done. Just put your mind. You work, you do some work for yourself, and then you get it done. Change management adoption. Forget all this qualification. You don't need it. See, once you know how to, what did they write? In all of it, which one have excellence? Front line. Because you can't disrespect their oga or their senior or their someone with me. The only one that have excellent, even BSc was not have excellent. Manage their stakeholder, you can't do. It's like I have a shop, a barber shop, and I have a stylist that is rude. Doesn't know how to talk to my customers. How there's no how how well or how good the guy is or the person is, the stylist. They won't come, customer won't come, won't make sales because the guy is rude. Even if it's good, but the one that is not good but is funny and jovial and good and sensible, people will keep coming. I love that guy. Makes me feel at home. That's why stakeholder, you can't run away from it. You know, I say it. Excellent is the one they need. Excellent how to manage stakeholder. So all this, forget BS. If you don't have it, don't worry. If you don't have this one, just don't worry, forget it. It's Nigeria self that ask us how much do they pay. I don't know how much is it said there. How much would they pay? And they are saying that apply for. Don't limit yourself. Apply for US, a real US job. Apply for that country. Guys are not talking. We need to go. All right. I'll see you guys Saturday. Probably I'll share this with you. This session will be put on the live session in the channel. You can rewatch it also if you like. If you enjoy it, you can comment on it also. And then, all right, can we close? Thank you everyone for joining. See you next class. All right, bye.